still tuned in to Funtastic Fridays, and we're in the segment called Talk the Ting with Kim. And right now we're discussing day-to-day experiences of Jamaican women. And I mean, if it is that you tuned in earlier, you'd hear that we've been getting into it, sharing the feedback. Also, women feel like, yo, you have all time men who just seem... Them can't take no. They get vexed. Them feel like they must cat call it everywhere. They must baby. What? And it's not even cat call alone. Some of the things that what them say to you. Some Jamaican men are very lewd. I'm sorry. And it is not sexy, Kim? Guys. It is not cute. It is not attractive.
Kim, here's as I said.
But once again, it works with some people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like right now, there are some extremes out there. All right, there are some extremes out there. So like those extreme guys, there are some set of extreme ladies.
But it's not even only extreme.
But that is just that the problem where I find it now is that these guys are not able to decipher or just take an assumption to say, this lady look proper. Maybe she won't get drawn out by
the same speech with everybody.
Same speech across the road. I'm like, come on, fam.
Well, to finish her comment, she said she also blames the double standards too, where women are taught to be conserved and control impulses, whereas men are not. So that's one of the things.
And that's part of the boldness too.
So she said, how can we then be surprised at how men become? Society needs a change, or needs to change this from a young age. So what she's saying is that, and this is something I myself have experienced, right? I have four brothers. So, you know, I'm grown very covered and, Kim can't do certain things and Ray. But then they were allowed to do certain things. Because, you know, them say, boy, man, Ray. So, we don't really teach boys, especially fathers, they don't tend to teach respect. So, one of them is like, you know, let's say, for example, you have a 13-year-old boy. Yeah. And him tell you, say, you know, say, Daddy, I'm sleep with one 21-year-old girl.
Like,
Wait, 21? Yeah. That's how fathers and sons are. Compared to
I'll be in the background. Someone please call 911.
No, it might be. That's the thing. And that is why I saw a news article the other day that said as much as they talk about a lot of young girls being raped and whatever, there's a lot more young boys who are, but they don't even know that they are.
Yeah, I mean, the stigma is not the same with the boys as the girls.
Exactly, and they were actually celebrated.
Yeah, man, we know that, Kim. We know that.
And what they're saying is that, a lot of the times it's the woman closest to them auntie, them cousin.
Well, we don't know about the auntie thing. Usually them send them a road.
A lot of them, like there was a whole
we don't say usually them send them a
it.
road, like carry around the road.
No, if only that, aunts have done it too and
I'm not saying no.
Oh, that's what the article was saying. So what I'm saying is that boys even going through it probably more than females are being molested now, but guess what? Because then your father come and say, oh my, you 21, right? So then it's no longer seen as molestation or rape. It is now,
it's applauded.
It's applauded, right? But if your daughter now 13, come tell your daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Scandal.
What am I scandal?
No, but
boys no longer alive.
There's also another stigma with that as well, because probably when if the daughter tell daddy there's gonna be war, but sometimes the daughter tell mommy, say she's 13 and the man is 21, but his father is shop owner or business owner, so them set. So
that is not. I don't think that's the norm. That's rare. Mothers and them daughters. I'm not saying it don't exist, Because I remember my brother said one time I talked to one girl.
I have heard it actually put out as propositions with the daughter. Listen, me if the man wants you.
But I'm saying it's out everybody is supposed to be a parent.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Some women out there who will use them daughter as like they're like the pimps. Okay?
There you go.
What him
that
do?
happens.
What business him have?
There you go.
Okay, you want my young daughter so you can have her, and that literally happens.
So that's what I'm saying.
We know that, but that's not the norm. Mothers and fathers are very protective of their daughters.
They should be, yes.
Very protective. That's majority. Most of the people, if you go into a room right now or a classroom, for example, and you ask them, 3/4 of the women will say, yo, my parents never allowed me to do nothing. They probably all did feel unfair compared to them, their male siblings. Brothers.
Siblings are fine. Male siblings are fine. That's correct.
Yeah, male siblings, right? They actually felt it was unfair. I did. And I used to get the smaller piece of chicken. But that's beside the point.
Kim, that's not like you want to talk to me.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Kim about the chicken situation.
The chicken.
But we're going to get into the voice notes, right? Because I want to share some of the stuff they said. And then we also have experiences that we can share where we said, boy, it's not easy. living as a woman in Jamaica on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, and we're looking at the day-to-day experiences of Jamaican women. So let's hear from some more Jamaican women.
So I do have mixed emotions being a woman living in Jamaica. Reason being is that I do know that there are certain things that society has said women should or shouldn't do, or can or cannot do. But I think using that, as well as even women who have gone before and have set a standard, has set a trail to let you know that you can be anything that you want to be. You can excel in this area, you can excel in that area, regardless of if it's male dominated or not. So I think really using that to help you to excel, help to push you to excel in whatever field you're in, or whatever workplace or career that you study, regardless of if it's male dominated or not. But with that being said, I also feel that being a woman living in Jamaica sometimes can be a bit frightening, because there is an increasing rate of violence against women in this country. There's an increasing rate of violence and crime overall. But especially towards women, being considered the more vulnerable gender, I think it's definitely something that can be scary for women, being the one that's more likely to get robbed, or more likely to get held at gunpoint, more likely to get raped, and just the fear of something bad happening to you while you're casually going about your day can be frightening for sure.
All right.
Yeah, I like that. But before we even comment on that, see if we can play one more.
Play another one?
Yes.
We're gonna stick your pins.
Pin.
Yeah, all right. And let's see if we can get to another one. Let's hear what their views are.
I have mixed feelings about living in Jamaica as a woman. Why? Because sometimes I feel very disadvantaged in the workspace because of my gender. And at the same time, I feel vulnerable sometimes walking in the streets. But it has its advantages, because there are some men who look out for the well-being of women, and for that I am grateful. So that's how I feel living in Jamaica as a woman.
Okay.
So I like it. I like that there are different sides of the coin.
Yeah, we get both halves there.
I know safety is a concern for a lot of Jamaican women, right? Like we feel, and it's not even just like the regular after dark, to make sure so no walk good, walk certain ways, well-lit places. We know that's the average thing. But I don't know if I speak for all women, but I think we have this extra fear.
We do.
Just being women that, for example, you might see a man in a parking lot and somebody might not trouble him. But the chance of a woman in a parking lot alone, a man might see it as a,
Well,
or if you never do nothing in your life, never, you might consider,
but we don't,
nobody in the road,
we don't even have to say make up a scenario. We've seen it recently, because everything is basically on social media.
Yeah.
There has been a rise in crime where you see, man a grab bag from woman. Man a grab no bag from no man. Like,
exactly.
I can't remember one story when man a grab bag from no man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they do prey on women, and that's very, very awful as a society.
And that's why there's even, I remember somebody was saying, why do we have to have special tips for women? Why? We have to tell them, okay, if you're going into an elevator, make sure you're not alone with a man.
Look to the
When
left,
you
look
go
to the
in
right,
car,
look to
lock
the roof.
the door first.
Just have your foot 2 times.
Whatever. Like, there's a whole heap of tips. If you check out some videos online, there's a lot of advice regarding how women, don't do this, don't do that. But you don't have that much detail. Exactly. Why we need to have so much advice? And then, make sure to go get self-defense training. Right? Like, everybody can do defense training. Why are you telling women in particular? You need to go get self-defense training, right? So it shows that there is something against women. And it's not even only with the violent thing. Like, I remember even these men, and I can talk about a very personal experience, right? So, this is going to start out strange. I have big boobs, right? And the world and the mother would be like, yo, I'd love to have your boobs. And I tell people I'm very conscious of it. And of course, the world is like, why? Especially men. Why? Men want that. I was like, I was a child, as young as I can remember. you had big men calling to me.
Yeah.
Boy, me not gonna use the comments, but you know Jamaican man talk.
Yeah, I mean,
And I
come
was
on,
a
Jada.
child.
That's expected.
And from that day,
That's not a surprise.
I started getting boobs when I was young,
Yeah.
right? So like, me I talk about probably with the average people, with the average person probably at the start of
9?
puberty, from like 9, them time, my mother by training, bro. And from them age there, big man, grey back, big
Yeah, that's
belly,
gonna
whatever,
happen.
has been calling to me. And that's why, even though they're making pedophile sound like a new thing, it happens from when?
Yeah, it's out there.
So it happens every day.
Because, as I said, usually, because even schools, when they have the girls, the younger girls, once them start shaping, you're the big man
But
up
that's
on
the
the
thing
road.
enough, even start shape.
No, but
So look upon baby and get raped.
no,
babies.
Kim, I'm just talking about how it is on the road. When that
Where you call that?
no, as in those are like severe cases where we know, Kim, that definitely wrong.
Okay.
You know what I say? We know that, but I'm
Them
just
teachers
saying
want to
the
start
subtle
shape
ones
out.
that they don't point out sometimes.
And start comments.
Right, right. Start from those comments on the road.
And that's why them say must actually be
School as
careful.
they run-
Yeah, you
them
start
something.
round up or round up or boy, man, when you grow up like a shape good enough. Them
Remember
something
me when
they
you're
look
18.
fun.
Them something.
Them something
Yeah,
they need
there's
to look
that out
fun.
there.
And these are some of the experiences of Jamaican women. So that was one of my experiences. I don't know, Jada, if you can recall any experience that probably still bothers you to this day.
Well, let's jump. Just stick up in right there.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump to another voice note, and we're gonna see if we have similar views coming in. We have about 4 more voice notes after this one. Let's see if we can get through as much of them, and then we go ahead to give our takes. All right, so we're gonna go to another voice note from one of our listeners. Here we go.
Let me see what it feels like being a woman living in Jamaica. Well, it has its advantages and its disadvantages, but the advantages are like I feel confident. If you're feeling down and you're just not feeling your best, just by going on the road, just the compliment you get can be so uplifting, you could say. Sometimes it might be a bit too much and very overwhelming, but just the confidence they give you, the confidence boost. And I just love our culture. I love how we can express ourselves through dance. And Jamaica, as a Jamaican woman, we love to dance. And I love it so much. I love the food. I think that's why most of us are thickers. And even the slimmers, then we love our food. Love our food. And I just like how our culture brings out the woman in us, like if you understand, like there's everything about it. It just makes us uniquely a Jamaican woman, and nothing else can take that from us.
Okay.
So this now, I love this perspective because it gives. I mean, we talk about the cat calling and stuff, but somehow, God knows I did laugh sometimes. Sometimes I did laugh, and sometimes it actually make you feel like, yo.
Because if you're having a bad day, you say, Mama, want to see your man, can I just put a smile for you? If it's like, alright.
Mama, your face crush up so that paper. I understand
laugh, yeah.
Yeah, so,
No, I don't even only that. Some of the lyrics, I'm telling you, the one was stuck in my mind. Yo, my girl. More whisper in your ears like mosquito. Listen, if I was having a bad day, I was dead in. He never get my number, but I was dead in, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that you guys can. We can think about comments that Jamaican men have said. One say, 30 seconds out of me. 30 minutes out of my second. You know, them something there.
mad.
Yeah, so I have to say Jamaican
As I
men
said,
can be unique
They're creative.
and creative.
That is it. You have the good,
The bad.
and then the bad does the round. They start try to wash out the
But
whole of the good.
the sad thing is the bad is majority.
That's why I just said the bad. I wash out
No,
the
you
whole of the
said
good.
try, wash out.
No,
The
like-
majority.
No, the
If
bad.
you give me a little lyric, just let me laugh and go. But when some of them walk
Walk it
behind
down.
you, walk you down. Just give me a second. Just give
But
me
you
a
say you
second.
want a guy
Don't
to
put my phone
chase
in
you.
your- Put my phone, my number in your phone.
Put my phone in your number. That me want.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell her that one. I
Don't
like
put my
that
number
one.
in your phone.
Yeah.
Me, I won't try work it
That's
out.
why I remember this man. I don't know what him look like, but I remember the comment. She's still stuck on the baby more than 30 minutes out of your second. Because
See?
he knew it would have caught my attention. Because your brain gonna be like, what?
Oh, yeah, I want 1 second out of your 30
No.
minutes.
No.
Oh
He's
my
trying
God,
to
he was
say.
just trying to
He's
be
trying to say he wants a
funny.
lot, but he won't take up much of your time.
It
So he
was
wants 30 minutes.
out of my
Yet
second.
he's only going to take it out of
And he was
one of your
saying it in a
seconds, so
way
he
that
won't take up
it
a
would
lot of your
catch your
time.
attention. Because
There
you know some
you
people
go.
just fan off or ignore. But that now you hear. Just like how you hear it now, you're like, hold on.
Why, huh?
That not add up. Exactly. So
You
it
stop
probably
it up.
make you stop and then can talk to you. You
Yeah.
You
understand?
just have to laugh and continue on.
That's what I did. I laughed and continued walking.
No, but me know me very expressive. So when him say it, but I continue, I'm saying, Mama,
Yeah.
Turn around. You guys say something.
But I like how she did from a positive perspective,
Mm-hmm.
saying that, yo, sometimes I like the compliment them, I like the thing them want them to say.
Yeah, as I said,
Boost way.
you have guys out there who actually, their main objective, I would put in my mind, is to say, uplift women. They want a lady to feel nice, and they're positive about it. They're not negative.
Well, I mean, I think
meaning.
that just because they want a lady to feel nice. There's always
If
a
you
motive.
give them the time of the day.
You see, every time I talk, Kimmie go point out that there are exceptions to the rule. Kimmie,
No, what I was
know
gonna
this,
say,
but what I'm telling you, there are men out there, the man no want
Just
the
want you
woman.
to feel good.
Him see a girl, she probably look sad. Baby, smile, man. That is Jamaican culture.
I was
There are
actually
people
about
who
to
want
say
people to be happy.
that I
But
think-
it's just that there are some bad bunches, and the bad bunches have been multiplying.
But you have
'Cause that's how Jamaica
95% of
started.
them
Where you think we get lyrics from? That's how it started.
So what I was
Nice
gonna
lady,
say,
come and help you with the bag. That's how it started. That's how it come from.
so what I was gonna say, I don't think Jamaican women or all of us are really offended by it so much. It's just the one them are persistent with it.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The
I
bad
think that
bunches
them were
are
really
there.
bothered by. Cause if it's make a one comment and just continue about your day, me not go penny you. Me not feel that type of way. But the one them a walk you down, baby, are you may talk to
That happened
Are
to
you
me
may
last
talk to
night.
you girl? And then when you not answer or you don't really give them the attention they're seeking, go ahead. You think you're
Then
more
cuss
about
you
and then
off.
start tell you about one
Yeah,
of make.
you look good.
After you done look me a while ago.
Oh my God, you just done.
So
Like
that
it just-
just shows you that they don't really have anything meaningful good to you. They don't have a good purpose in their life. So those are the bad bunch that have been trying to find out where them come from, because they have been multiplying.
Kingston.
Then
No,
train.
it's right across the
They got
island.
the same training school.
Yeah, it's multiplying, and I'm trying to tell you.
Lyrics.
And I'm trying to figure out at what point, do they realize that that cannot be somebody who you mean good, they mean any good.
True.
You can't be somebody that
Actually,
you mean any good.
My uncle, and this is how my uncle and my auntie met and married. So my uncle shot. They probably was little taller than me or me little taller than him. My auntie was standing up at the bus stop one day, and he just pulled up at her feet, said something to her, some lyrics. He asked her if he wanted her she wanted a ride. She said yes. They got married. 20 how much years, going strong, kids, everything, Sabtive. Go over their house, celebrate. Sushi, our dog, was there. He died. Rest in peace. But there's something out there.
All right, as I said, Jada.
Now I think I get what she's
No,
saying.
but those experiences, as I said, you see, even
happened.
to mention it,
Million.
you stopping to compliment
First
a
of
woman
all,
is not the problem.
If
No.
a man stop on my foot and say, yo, me not
I
going
was
into
No,
about
that
to
video.
those are different times,
I remember-
people.
hold on, I remember
We could have
saying that
easily well
to a
answered that
taxi man
question.
the other day.
Jada, you said it was who? An auntie, right?
Aunt
Yeah,
and
my aunt.
uncle.
Different times.
But it could have been
Married
like
20 years
it
ago.
could have been
Different times.
not that different, right? So
No, different times.
what I was gonna say is that the way society is now, even when a man is genuinely offering something, women
You're
are
going to be
skeptic.
right.
I have
Because
been
it's
walking
different.
on roads and men literally, oh, you're going, I know you're going on the road, I'm gonna just give you a drop.
No.
And of course, I said no to all of them, but sometimes I remember one time reading with
Sometimes
somebody, I'm
no
like,
one
yo, I wonder if
drive.
they really just genuinely wanted
That
to.
is the
I
truth.
know, saw that boy, the sun is hot.
But it's because-
I'm want to drive sometimes.
Me not see.
But that's what I'm saying to you ladies earlier. I just mentioned it. I said that is actually the original intention. Enough time I see people all big woman older than me. I carry 2-3 bags and I stop and say, Mama, yeah, go down the road and I carry you. But guess what? Because of society and how things are, if I do it now, she can say more robber or so.
Exactly.
Because things have definitely changed, but they are changing for the worse. The good people are there. You know, Jamaica, I tell you, most of us, we do have that natural great instinct to try and help people. We used to stop and help with flat tire. We used to stop and nowadays, if a lady is there trying to pull off a tire, I have to probably announce from early, say, yo, I probably,
I'm just here to help.
yeah,
I
stuff
don't
like
have
that.
no weapon.
You have
Let
to
me
try and,
empty
you
my
have to try and
pockets.
clear the air somehow
You know?
before you can assist, because they are naturally going to be fearful because of what has been happening elsewhere.
One time a man told me that I can take a picture of his license and send to a friend.
Before you can travel with him. Yeah. See, we're going to try.
Time no.
Because they know that you have that experience.
My best friend, you had dropped me there when we had a night with God, and Lionel came. Anyways, so Lionel dropped us there. Whatever. My friend came out the car. She's just like, "Who's that? Did I need to take a picture? What's happening?" And she was like, "I don't know that person, so I need to know what's happening." When we were sending her home, it was like minutes to 12, and she lives in Spanish Town side. No, I'm putting my best friend of almost 10 years on a taxi to go to Spanish Town. I don't know this man, and even if it's to meet her mom somewhere, it's sending me through the roof. So I come out, I took out my phone, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be smart. All right, bye, Gabby, and I'm just, and
she
take
picture.
Of course,
Yeah.
most definitely. So by the time she goes to the gate, she calls me and she goes, girl, the man said if that's the identity photo, it's like, oh, then you can tell him yes it is. Tell him I have his name on in the video, his phone number, and I have his license plate. So make sure you reach home safely.
Ladies, don't be afraid to have people that
have your strategies and technique. I mean, boy, it's rough that you have to do so.
That's a sad thing.
But that is, I mean, we need to find out how we can get things to turn for the better.
Because it's very serious.
But,
like, I know one person who said the same thing before we go to the voice note, that I introduced her to a girl that does hair, right? And she did a house call, but she was there till late. So she got her a taxi. And she said when the taxi man come, she and another friend that was there have the phone pump video. And they were not making it secret. It's like how you discreetly do it. She was like, listen, so we're going to record this man and how him look. And the car people see it, just in case. Like, literally.
And that might save her life.
Listen, even if they consider nothing,
changing
homeboy decided, nah, I can't do this. By the time they fire this on the career, I go nowhere. Like, that's how it is. And it's sad that women have to get to that point of being that brazen. Right? Because, I mean, I'm sure a few men feel like, I don't feel away. I know, as a man, I don't have intention. But women naturally feel they have to do that.
Me
right?
never going on one taxi if it tint and wine up.
So
all if it taxi just want to give you a look at AC.
Nah, do it.
We're going to jump to two more, the final two voice notes.
Yes.
Let's hear what our listeners have to say.
How do I feel about being a woman in Jamaica? Well, I feel that I am assumed to be the only one in charge of doing all of the household chores, including cooking, cleaning, and doing laundry. And to be really honest, this kind of treatment is a global phenomenon and does not just occur in Jamaica. Women in Jamaica are also expected to conduct themselves with dignity and refrain from acting in a manner that is contrary to accepted norms. Consequently, how do I actually feel about being a woman in Jamaica? Although being a woman can be powerful, it also sometimes feels like you are below the other gender.
As a woman living in Jamaica, I honestly cannot say that I feel safe. While I am grateful for the freedom and privileges that we have as a country in the Western Hemisphere, Jamaica just does not feel safe for women. I'm afraid to travel alone, especially at nights. I no longer take public transportation, only chartered transportation, though it is costly, but it is preferred for my safety. So overall, as a woman in Jamaica, it's not the best.
All right, so there we have it.
And that's a reality. I asked a few ladies and they're like, yeah, I'm going to take certain, it might cost me more.
Yes.
But me not taking certain transportation.
Oh my God.
Some people offer you a drive.
No.
Me will find me where. And that's just the reality that we're living in. Right?
If I don't have like a designated ride to go to the place and my mom cannot make it, best believe I cannot go. No matter how grown I might think I am, I cannot go. And if I don't say, oh, mommy, give her a call, or we're coming home at this time or whatever, I cannot leave my house. And my mom has to know all of my friends coming up from high school. She has to know all of them. She has to have their contact information. It's the reality. And this is right for many women in Jamaica. So we're going to say there are certain positives and stuff that women do get to enjoy, because I think we do have a lot of freedom. We do have a lot of empowerment in Jamaica. There's things that we can do and say in Jamaica that other countries cannot do. You know, the Western versus Eastern, all of that. We don't know that. But then overall, for Jamaica, a lot of women just feel genuinely scared. And we need to do something to change this mindset. We need to do something to change this reality and try to create, we might need to do something drastic, like I said, drastic, so we can effect change in the Jamaican society. So that is it, guys. The day-to-day experiences of Jamaican women.
All right, so there you have it. Talk the Ting with Kim inside Fantastic Fridays here on News Talk 93 FM. Want to say big up to all the listeners out there who got it locked in. Want to say shout out to all our credit prize winners. Be sure to tune in next week. Yeah, and also keep an eye on the Facebook and Instagram page. We're going to be doing some giveaways over the weekend as well, so you don't want to miss that one. Big up to Shaq, the special guest artist for today who passed by. Let's just go ahead. Anybody with additional big ups to go? We just have about 30 seconds.
Big up to me. Big up to my mother.
Why you always big up yourself before you big up mommy?
Self-love.
Put mommy first, man.
Self-love.
Big up to my little sister, Miquel. Love you, sis. That's
Big
it.
up Miss Jane and my sister and my family and my best friend.
All right.
Auntie.
And
So we're
big
gonna-
up my virgin Kyle and birthday tomorrow. Big up on your Earth Strong Kyle.
All right, big up all the March born people. We're going to take it out with this one, courtesy of Shaq, and it's titled Next to You. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah.